After a beautiful morning enjoying a book reading from Adam Goods, the kids at the Queensland Children's Hospital School had so much more they wanted to know about Adam and his culture.
Now I know that we have some questions for you, Adam. So students, do you want to come forward and ask your questions to Adam?
Hi Adam, we found where you're from on our map of Indigenous Australia. Can you please let us know how you are still connected to your Indigenous culture?
Ella, great question. So I'm part of two different tribes through my mum. My mum is Aboriginal and I am Adnyamathanha. Can everyone try and say that? Adnyamathanha. Good job. And that means rock people. And that's from the Flinders Ranges in South Australia. And also Nangga. Can you say Nangga? Nangga. Perfect. Look at this. And that's another part of my ancestry on my mother's side from where I was born in Wallaroo, just on the York Peninsula, where all the big great white sharks are actually swimming around in the water. So how I like to stay connected to my culture, Ella, as you can see in the background here, this background is actually a picture taken in the Flinders Ranges, and it's in one of the gorges up in the mountains. And it's one of the oldest gorges in the world. It's got some of the oldest rock formations ever to exist on this planet. How cool is that? Wow. So one way that I like to stay connected to my culture is just by having this picture behind me every time I do some meetings, because it reminds me where I come from.
Brilliant question there, Ella. Who's got our second question today?
Hi Adam, my name is Joseph. I'm in Year 4 and I come from Townsville. I would like to know what inspired you to write this book.
Yeah, it's a really great question, Joseph. So I wanted to write books because I was reading to my daughter from about 3 months old, when she was 3 months old. And I love reading these books to her: Pig the Pug, Kissed by the Moon, 10 Little Fingers, 10 Little Toes. I just love reading, the Gruffalo. I love reading the Gruffalo to her. Has anyone heard of those books before? Yeah, they're pretty good, aren't they? And I just kept thinking, wow, how come I'm not reading any books about Aboriginal people to my daughter? And I thought, you know what? I'm going to do something about this. I'm going to make some books and I'm going to write them, and I'm going to do 5 for a beginning, do 5 books. And that's where I got the idea from, Joseph, mainly inspired by wanting to read them to my daughter. And now that she's nearly 3, I've got 2 books that I can read her, and I've got another 3 more books that'll be coming out. The next one will be coming out in November this year.
That's a great question. And Adam, just off the back of that, what kind of books did you like to read when you were a kid?
I love reading books about dinosaurs. I really loved dinosaurs when I was little. I love adventure books. I like being able to go on an adventure and imagine in my own brain that the main character in the book is me. So I like those sort of adventure books.
Awesome. Who at the school likes dinosaurs? Amazing. Who's got our third question today?
Hi Adam, my name is Wiley. I am in Year 5 and I come from Mara. What football team did you play for and how many goals did you get?
Ooh, good question. Did you say you come from Nowra?
Nowra.
I was going to say there's a small little town just in New South Wales called Nowra, and I thought you said Nowra, and I was like, wow, Nowra means black cockatoo, and black cockatoos follow me everywhere. And I actually got married in that small little town, Nowra, just down the south of Sydney. So when you said that, my ears pricked up. So, does anyone know which football team I used to play for? Yes? The girl next to Joseph's right, please.
Sydney Swans?
Yeah, the Sydney Swans, that's right. And does anyone know how many goals Buddy Franklin kicked the other day? He kicked 1,000 goals. 1,000 goals he kicked, which is crazy. I didn't kick that many, unfortunately. I only kicked 495. So, yeah, so thank you. Very kind. Great question. Thank you.
Yes, I wouldn't say that's an only at all, Adam. That's a lot. That's a lot of goals.
A lot.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Wiley. Who's got our next question?
Hi Adam, my name is Angelo. I'm in year 6 and I come from Townsville. What is your language and can you teach us some words?
Oh, yes, I would love to. So the language that I speak is English. So in English, we say hello. Can you all say hello? Oh, wow, you're very good. Wow, you're very natural. So in my Aboriginal language, I have Adnyamathanha and I also have Nangga. Now, I've been practicing my Adnyamathanha language for about 10 years now. So to say hello to people, can you all say Nangga? Nangga. Nangga, yeah. So we can say Nangga, which means hello. Does anybody have any puppy dogs at home?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. So we call dogs Wilka. Can you say Wilka?
Wilka.
Yes, yes. And there's something that rises up in the morning. We call that urindu. Does anyone know what a urindu might be? The sun, that's right, yes. And does anyone know what else rises up at night time? We call that Vera.
Vera. The moon.
The moon, that's right. So urindu is the sun and Vera is the moon. Now, who likes to eat food? Let me rephrase that. Who likes to eat chocolate? Oh,
I love chocolate.
so we call food May. Can everyone say May?
May.
May. So May is food, and that's what we like to eat. So when this is my second book called Ceremony, and I'll has some of my Adnyamathanha language in it. And in the very first page, it has the English word and then also the Adnyamathanha word. So if you're looking at a kangaroo, that's right. We've got that book right there, Angelo. You've got the words in there that you can practice because they are in the book as well when you're reading them. So does anyone know what a kangaroo might be? Angelo? Udlu, that's right. Very good. Now, I'll finish with this last one, Angela, and we'll move on to the next question. So a crow. Does anyone know what sort of noise a crow makes? Yep, keep your hand up. What sort of noise does a crow make? Yep. Yeah, so in my language, we call a crow wakala, wakala, wakala. That's right. Sometimes the animals we name are through the sounds that they make. So wakala is the name of the crow. Okay, Angelo, thank you. That's a really good question.
That was an awesome question. And thank you for sharing that language with us as well, Adam. That was really special. And now I think we've got our next question asker at the front.
Hi Adam, my name is Dale. I'm year 5 and I come from Cairns, but I was born in Philippines. I would like to know if you tried bush tucker and what is your favorite?
Oh yes, my favorite bush tucker is McDonald's. Oh, sorry. So my favourite bush tucker comes from the Flinders Ranges, and it's a fruit, and it's called a quandong. Can everyone say quandong?
Quandong.
Yeah, quandong, and we make a very nice jam out of it. We make like quandong pies out of it, and the jam that we make a beautiful damper bread. We put some butter on it, and then put some quandong jam on it. Oh my goodness, it is delicious. Thanks, Dale, for the question.
And Adam, out of interest, what does quandong taste like for anybody who's not had it before?
Yeah, it's like a mixture between apricot and pear. It's that orangey colour, very much quite sweet as well.
delicious. Oh, it's making me hungry just thinking about it. Amazing. Do we have another question asker who would like to come forward?
Hi, my name is Cooper. Can you tell us about ceremony of your people?
Nangga Cooper, nice to meet you. So in the book, ceremony, the ceremony that we are talking about in the book is actually a change of the season ceremony. So if you remember when we go from, say, let's go winter into autumn or autumn into summer or summer into spring, like there's a change of season. And what happens in a change of season? It brings new animals to the area. It brings different weather to the area. So in the book ceremony, we're celebrating the change of season. And it's just like having a big barbecue, Cooper, with all of our family, all of our friends, eating lots of maize, cooked in the adler. Adler is fire. And it's really nice to share those ceremonies. Other ceremonies that we celebrate in our communities are very similar to the ones that we celebrate in our lives. So like birthdays, special ceremonies of when you finish school. So when you finish year 6 and you go to high school, in Aboriginal culture, we have a very similar ceremony where the men would go with the boys out in the bush and they would have initiation ceremonies. And it's all about passing on education to the younger members of the community. So I really like that question, Cooper. Nangga.
Amazing. Now I think we've got our next question asker at the front.
Hello, my name is Rhiannon and I'm from Brisbane. My question is, how did you know about all the things that Aboriginal people did in the past?
Yeah, Rhiannon, great question. I didn't really know much about it growing up. I had to learn a lot about my culture and Aboriginal people from school, going to a big school where I learned at TAFE about Aboriginal people and culture. And then luckily I was able to get in touch with my family back on country in the Flinders Ranges and in South Australia. That helped me learn more about my culture. That shared knowledge to me, just like your parents, your carers, the educators in the room do, they help us in learning. So I wasn't ever shy, Rhiannon, to ask questions, because when I ask a question, that means that I want to learn, I want to know something that I don't know or don't understand. So always ask questions, everybody in the room, because especially if you don't understand, it's a great way to learn. And the best way for me to learn is to ask as many questions as possible, because, I'm like a bit of a sponge. I want to learn as much as possible. So thanks for that question, Rhiannon.
Thank you.
Gorgeous. Oh, thank you so much for sharing that, Adam. That was really beautiful. And Queensland Children's Hospital School students, thank you for all your questions. As Adam said, it's very important to ask questions so we can keep learning. And I feel like we all learned a lot today. So thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody. Lovely to see you all.
Big waves, everyone.
Bye.